Mikwen, you're not a guy who changes teams very often or even rosters very often, but we're seeing you coming into this event with a brand new team. You and Penguin have teamed up with aPG and Neptune. I want to talk about aPG first. Someone you've teamed on and off with, H2A originally, and then also at the beginning of H5. What made you want to team with Brad again?
Brad, honestly, like, he has a really negative stigma in Halo 5. Like, I mean, a lot of people think that he's not the player that he once was, but he's just a really solid player. Like, he's going to do what needs to be done. He does a lot of damage. He has a really good shot. He doesn't really mess up. And I get along with Brad super well outside of the game. So that's something that the last, like, year has been kind of, like, lacking on teams for me, is where I don't want to say I don't get along with people. I just haven't had, like, a really good friend on a team in a while.
Sure.
So that was probably the biggest thing when it comes to aPG for my, like, personal reason.
Right, yeah.
But obviously he's an amazing player.
Yeah,
so.
we've actually heard a lot of people say, I mean, I know from coaching teams as well, there's a really big difference when you're kind of really good friends with someone outside of the game as well. I think it really makes a difference.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's because you can then kind of, like, harp at each other and actually get on each other to get better, and you don't really get, like, there's no offense taken, because you know that it's just, like, all love type
Absolutely,
thing.
yeah. Let's talk about Neptune as well. I know you're excited to team with him. What does he bring to the team? What does he bring to H5?
He's just, like, one of those once-in-a-lifetime Halo players. He's very similar to, like, a Shotzi or a Renegade or a Frosty. Very good fundamentals, shoots extremely well, and he's got a ton to learn. I mean, the kid's only 16. He was born in 2002.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
That's wild.
My brother was born in 2004.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
And yeah, no, it's absolutely amazing. And he's just the type of person that if he's molded correctly, he'll be a force and somebody that you don't really want to play against. So that was the biggest thought process when it comes to Travis.
How are you guys feeling on Sank, Fisher, Echelon, and Ball?
Sank, obviously it's Sank. It's a little bit different, but overall it's
Still Sank.
Still Sank.
Yeah.
It's one of those maps that survives the test of time and will always play a certain way. Fissure, I don't think our team's the biggest fan of it. I don't want to say that we're necessarily bad at it, but just one of those game types, you know, there's like, you got to try a little bit harder in it to be better than you feel like. Sometimes it's just weird. And Echelon, I think that's definitely our favorite Ball game type, I would say. Definitely, in my opinion, plays the best 4 out of Ball.
Excellent.
Out of the 3.
Where do you think we're going to see you guys place this weekend?
I mean, I think it's definitely realistic for us to get top 4. I think that's realistic, but obviously we're really talented. We got second in the first 2K. We honestly choked to win it. So I think, you know, this team can easily win. I also think that it's a team that could easily get top 3. You know, there's a lot of competition at the top. So if we show up and play our game, then you could definitely see us in the finals. If we play kind of average, then probably like 3rd or 4th, but definitely confident.
Cool. How do you think within that top 4, of course, aside from yourselves, who do you think is your biggest competition here of the 3?
I mean, I'm going to say all 3 of them because, I mean, they all have their, you know, strengths. Tox is always better at a tournament, and you can't ever doubt them. Reciprocity is probably the biggest dark horse when it comes to the other 2. But they've been killing it, so they're definitely a team that, you know, you got to be worried about. They're all insanely talented as well. It's a very similar roster to my Envy roster that won a couple tournaments. So, and then Splice, like I said, I'm never going to doubt those guys at tournaments. They're going to show up and play the best that they can. So I would say all of them pretty equal. Reciprocity is probably like the grudge match, I would say, but that is not really any grudge there. But that would be the one with a little bit of a story, just because Snipedown left.
Certainly.
Ended that team.
Yeah, excellent. It's a super tight top 4. Can't wait to see you guys play. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.